Hey kids, you trying to get into Segment City? Well, you really shouldn't, because Segment City is a mature podcast, and listener discretion is advised. I'm just trying to look at... I know I'm in an alleyway. I know how I look, but I got some fireworks for you kids. I got snakes and I got sparklers. That's all I got. Oh, don't give me that.
Well, usually I go about my life with a heavy layer of ad blocking on wherever I can find it. But one place I cannot avoid it is during the NBA playoffs, and I have to face live television. And it's unfortunate that I have to see a lot of advertising, but a lot of it. Listen, there was this Jeep advertisement. I'm going to cut straight to the point. There's a Jeep advertisement. Yeah. And they have the whole advertisement. The guy is driving over a truck. He's driving his truck over rocks, whatever, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then at the end it says, Jeep, there's only one. And I was like, there's only one? Like,
if somebody has poor reading comprehension and they're just like, I gotta get the one Jeep. Like, do I have to leave my hand on the car? Is that how it works? Is it like in the middle of a mall?
I love that idea that they're like doing this whole ad campaign. It's like the one that you're looking at advertisement and the advertisement, that's the one Jeep we have for sale.
Oh god,
there's only one. I gotta go.
What if in the advertisement there's just a bunch of people chasing it over like the rocky terrain and the prairies and the savannas? Yeah, and it's driving and the person in it is like, and they're like, I gotta get that Jeep.
They're like, this is very accurate to what it'll be like if you own the Jeep, because everyone will be chasing you all the time. Gotta get the Jeep.
Everyone will want a piece of you. It'll be great. We're just giving free fodder to advertisers right now. That's a great advertisement.
That's a great advertisement if your catchline is Jeep, there's only one.
There's only one. That is also like Highlander. There could only be one.
There could only be one. Exactly. They manufacture another one, and the other one just bursts into flames immediately.
I would absolutely watch a remake of Highlander that is all cars. Like just ramming into each other like monster trucks.
That
would rule.
That's kind of like Mad Max. That's kind of what Mad Max is, my dude.
Oh yeah, but maybe I think I would enjoy if people were in the cars and they're like, I get the power from my monster truck, as opposed to like a Cars universe. Because I feel like the Cars universe would they would care a little bit more. Where it's like, I want them to smash their cars into each other.
So you're saying you want a Cars Highlander? You want Cars, Pixar Cars Highlander?
Yeah, I would love that, and that's
I would love that.
Yeah, it would be great.
I think a whole other opener segment would be what movie would be best remade in the Cars universe. I think that's a pretty good one.
Well, writing that down for next time, because I got to think about that.
Gotta think about that. You got to noodle on it.
We could also have that for the Muppets, because that's a thing I've seen online.
I think we talked about that once. No, we definitely talked about that one time. Yeah. But the Cars universe.
I'm actually writing that down.
Right, so we're gonna revisit this. Well, we gotta not spoil it now.
Yeah, I do love that Jeep ad is nestled in the bosom of probably, I would imagine, some of the worst ad breaks in all of ad breaks.
I gotta tell you,
the NBA Finals, because they probably have the before ad break where they go, brought to you by Progressive, or some other, brought to you by the one Jeep. There it goes. Follow it. Put a tracker on it.
They have a weird new thing where they're like, and now it's time to take an ad break brought to you by Progressive. But then they'll just go to an ad break and not mention Progressive again, which is you're telling me that Progressive sponsored me watching ads? Fuck you, Progressive.
Maybe that's the light tier of advertisements, right? Of we'll mention you, but we're not going to do the full ad.
Right.
We don't see the duck. We don't see the whole all that jazz.
The other thing I notice about advertising is just there's only ever a dozen ads in rotation at a time. You just end up watching the same ads over and over. I really don't watch that much live TV. So this is probably not news to anybody who watches live TV. But as someone who doesn't, I'm I'm just watching the same chicken wing commercial over and over. Am I supposed to get something out of this?
Here's the thing, though, is because I don't watch a lot of TV, but I'll go to my parents and they'll watch Jeopardy and stuff like that, which is, I'm oh, I like Jeopardy. But they'll also have advertisements that my parents will go, "What the fuck?" Like I'll hear them go, "Hey, what is this? This is weird." Like there are weird ads now.
Yeah,
that they used to like bubble on the surface where every once in a while you would get the Quiznos weird eyeball hamster thing,
and you're like, value.
But now it's like there's a base level of insanity to a lot of these where sometimes it doesn't, kind of like the Affleck thing, doesn't relate until the very end where they go, anyway, it all took place in a Jeep. Like, whoa. Where it's just like fruit smashing. Like sometimes it's like confusing where it's like fruit smashing together and you're like, is this gum? Is this like smoothies or whatever? And it's just like body lotion. And you're like, what? Or like not even body lotion, like home insurance. And you're like, why?
One of my favorite things to do is I'll put the ads on mute when it because I don't want to actually hear the ads. And one of my favorite things is there's the minute-long ads for medication, and it's so formulaic and unbelievable. It's like, woman looking sad. Her
Does
life
this happen to you?
Turned upside down. My favorite thing is just to narrate over it and make up a life situation for this woman because it's so formulaic. Because by the end, she's going to be like enjoying swinging on a swing,
life.
and
After
like
you have
she's gonna be going out and having
Paul,
coffee with her friends. Like,
you'll be enjoying life once again. No longer will you be farting every few minutes, but not at a consistent rate, at a random rate, so you can't even plan around it.
My life used to be so good before I got a dummy thick ass. And now I really can't enjoy my life.
Man, sitting in car seats, so uncomfortable.
So hard, man. Riding on
I have
that
to
roller
buy
coaster.
2 airplane seats. 2 entire airplane seats. For
now
my
with ass reduction surgery.
Brought to you. Now I can live life to the fullest. No longer will my ass cheeks absolutely quake as I let any kind of fart. They're not that powerful anymore. I don't cause seismic activity.
In the park, they won't point at me and say, "Look, Johnny, it's that woman with the dummy thick jumper."
Look, Johnny. Wow, gosh.
The eyes are popping out. Wow.
Could this pill be right for you? Shrink your ass today.
Does this ever happen to you? Oh, man.
Side effects might include turning your snot blue, making your tears blue.
Meanwhile, they say all of this, but meanwhile, the woman's like laughing and loving her life. And they're like, listen, you might die immediately. Your head might implode.
Might accidentally double grow your ass. But call your doctor before taking this.
During taking this and after
Don't actually tell your doctor you're taking this until after the effects, because if you tell them before, then there's there's liability.
There's liability, whatever.
Who wants that? But also, I just realized we haven't introed the show. We've been goofing too much on this intro.
Hard.
We goofed too close to the sun. I'm going to do a quick one. My name is Will Kane, and I got the most cake in all of Segment City.
Oh, shoot,
I got a dummy thick.
And I'm Theo Sopakis, and I'm on all kinds of pills. Don't ask me what.
And this is a podcast in which Theo and we present segments each week. We dumpster dive our way through the internet. We get all those good comedy morsels for you, and we package them into segments. And we're going to start with a Will Stupid Ask slash speculation, because we're going to get into some speculation area with this question. Now, there's been a lot of discourse online about how fast food prices are skyrocketing. And they're getting to the point where it is like, what are you doing? Why am I paying $15 for this meal at McDonald's or whatever?
Right.
So what do you think? So this goes out of, let's say it goes out of people's price range. It finally hits a point. What do you think happens next for the fast food industry? If we hit a point of collapse for it? Do you think the pre-established chains are going to change? Do you think new people are going to come and take the mantle? I don't know.
So you're saying at the point at which people are just unwilling to buy fast food anymore, we're just saying
it's too expensive because
too much.
There is an idea that to me, fast food is cheap, unhealthy food.
Yep.
That you get quick. Like it's pre-made. You're in and out. You're getting. It's probably sandwiches and fries is a key, like a cornerstone of the fast food industry.
I feel like
McDonald's is having too much. Like, a burger at McDonald's is apparently very expensive.
I'll say this. I think a play that I could realistically see happening, because fast food has been on the edge of it for years, is selling us on like meat byproduct and being like, listen, you want a $5 burger? You're going to have to accept that it's not all meat and just look the other way.
Oh, I mean, it's already been there, baby.
It's already been there the whole time. I know it's already been there, but they're just going to be like, look, these are facts. And once they're out of the closet with it, because regardless of what they tell you, they're going to be sneaking some shit underneath, right? So if they tell you that it's like meat product, they're not telling you what they're slipping in, but something is in there that's really nasty. But they're going to sell you on the idea of like, listen, you want a $5 burger? This is what you got to do. And like, this is it.
I don't know if they'll be that blunt with it. They might do. Sometimes I look at peanut butter, and peanut butter will be like 60% peanuts, and it'll be called like peanut spread. Like it's a different thing. Yep. They might do that for meats. Like, this is a burger. Like,
I feel like they could get away with it by being like, this is a patty with chicken.
Yeah.
Right?
I do hope, because I think that they're going to try to cut costs via getting rid of employees and have fully 100%. Automated, like robots, arms. You just come in, you hit a few buttons, and they boop, boop, boop. There you go. You got your sandwich.
Right.
But the problem that we're going to run into again is that this is all of this inflation on these things is based on greed. Yep. Because there's no way in hell that the products are that much more expensive than they previously were. So like, you might run into that too, where it's the same price, but they're just raking it in.
I can't wait till we get to the period where they've installed all robots, but the robots aren't quite there yet. And like, inevitably robots and deep fryers, like there's gonna be some oil fires and robots won't be able to handle it. like there will be fires at a McDonald's that no one is there to clean up.
There's going to be one robot that is in charge of the fire extinguisher, but like the fire extinguisher, they just let it to rot. So like the one time it has a fire, it's like, beep, boop. Oh, fuck. I don't know. Like,
my one day. Oh,
man. I thought you were going to say there's going to be a fry cook uprising where they're just like, minimum wage of $0 is not enough. You need to pay us now.
Not enough. That's right.
But I wonder if it'll be kind of like, if there'll be acoustic mom and pop places to the dubstep of McDonald's if they go full robot. Like, do you think that because I could see other places, new chains coming in and saying, hey, we're still at the low prices. You're going to get your bad slop, but it's going to be cheap this time. Like, and then, because I honestly, it feels like there's a cycle that constantly goes on where something gets introduced. It's high quality. People enjoy it. It's like probably a good price.
Yep.
And then people get hooked. They jack up the prices. They lower the quality. And then it's like, it's a flip. And then they flip it. And I feel like that's just the cycle though. And because then the good things that get introduced because they're so greedy and have robot arms, then they get robot arms, get greedy, and then the cycle continues again. So I don't know if there's any way out of this. Maybe this feels very nihilistic now. We get to the end of the segment. But I think it is interesting to kind of create hypotheses about what is going to happen in the future for fast food. Because I don't have a car, and I craved a either Five Guys or Wendy's. Like those are the Five Guys is kind of a higher tier, but Wendy's is the only actual fast food that I like or at least enjoyed in the past. And so I was like, but I don't want to go to the drive-through.
Right.
Like that's a little
feels weird.
So I feel like DoorDash and things like that is also going to
DoorDashing fast food is really weird though. Like it's definitely a thing people do. But to me, it's like fast food as soon as it leaves the building has gone bad. It's done.
It's getting to its half-life immediately. It's on a timer.
It goes from their window to your car window so that its exposure to the outside air is completely minimized and it's not, it doesn't immediately go bad. But it's like the shelf life of that stuff is so small. Like those fries go cold and suddenly they're all spongy and nasty. Like you got to eat that shit fast. So
we had to plan our ordering Five Guys around that of like, because we had to drive home and it was like a little bit further away.
And you're like looking at the bag, you're like,
oh, it's getting hot and it's in your lap and it's all the way. And then you get home and you're like, oh, it's a little bit cold, but it's fine. it's gonna.
Fast food is meant to be eaten immediately. That's the point of it. It's immediately.
Fast. Yeah, that's another part of it. Cheap, fast, immediate satisfaction, but terrible for you. Just like your next segment.
That's right, baby. It's terrible for you. And it's, we're really staying on the trends here with food. And we're going to be on the forefront.
Yeah.
And my first segment doesn't come to you from the takeout this week. It comes to us from moneycontrol.com, which is
money control.
moneycontrol.com.
Give me that money control, please.
Also, beloved listener, if you have, actually, you know what? Never mind. I was going to say go to the takeout.com, but don't, because we source from there. But also
sign up for the mailing list.
sad like meta commentary is I think the takeout.com is being gutted. They post like one article a day now. It's a dismally low rate. So anyways, we're having to source elsewhere.
Compared to, Well,
so this comes to us from moneycontrol.com, and the article title is Japanese rice cakes shaped with sweat in women's armpits are selling at 10x prices.
This Theo, I expect better from you. This is something I would come with as a segment. This is the nasty shit that I would be like, I'm going to make Theo uncomfortable by sweaty pits. And now I'm uncomfortable by sweaty pits. Are you happy now? I can't believe
I'm so
this.
happy now.
Yuck.
Article goes like this. Japan's loved onigiri, rice balls filled with vegetables and meat, have taken on a peculiar new form. Gone are the traditional methods of hand shaping. Instead, young women are using their armpits to knead and mold these iconic snacks. This unusual approach has caught fire on social media, showcasing a bizarre trend in Japanese gastronomy. The unconventional technique involves meticulous preparation. Beforehand, all ingredients and body parts that come into contact with the food undergo thorough disinfection. Yeah, that's
pits,
the listen. Yeah, it was shaped by an armpit, but it was disinfected. Yeah, you absolute freak! Get out of here, certified freak paying 10x prices.
It's where the germs originate. It's where the sweat comes from. Like, it's all... you're at the spawn point.
Right. It's not like it spreads out and you gotta wait. Like, your hands, you can wash them and there's some grace period before they get nasty again.
Exactly.
But if your hands are clammy and sweaty, you have to know that is a limited window. But your armpits are made for ventilation.
You have to have your arms up constantly. Because the moment you put them down, I'm thinking about it immediately. I would just start sweating. Because I would be like, I can't sweat. And then my body would be like, you're gonna though.
You're gonna though.
Is it the shape also? Like, it just makes a round? Maybe we'll get to that. But
the young chefs then engage in physical activity to induce sweating, using their armpits in place of their hands to shape the rice balls. Absolute freaks who are consuming this. Surprisingly, these armpit crafted delicacies are fetching prices as high as 10 times that of regular onigiri in selected restaurants. Who gonna guess that gamer girl bathwater came up and was expensive? Who would have thought it?
This is gamer girl bathwater, but now they've added the food that you
can actually
with the drink of the bathwater. Ugh.
Customer reactions to these armpit molded rice balls have been mixed. Some diners reported no discernible difference in taste, while others find the concept intriguing yet unsettling. In response, certain eateries have embraced transparency, showcasing the preparation process to curious patrons.
We're getting to the point that they have the image, like the headshot of the woman who've molded it next to the thing, so you can be like, let me get the hot one. Like, you know what I mean? That's what it kind of feels like.
Yeah, that's gross.
It's that level of perversion I'm imagining.
Scholars have weighed in on the cultural and physiological implications of this phenomenon. Research from 2013 delves into the unique significance of armpits, suggesting that sweat from this area contains pheromones that can affect human emotions when sensed or taste. Yeah, the very normal human thing to go around licking each other's armpits when we're horny. That's totally normal.
Hi, the next product from Goop. People's nasty ass armpits. It'll get you all hot and horny.
Gwyneth, get out of here. We don't want to ask you to be here.
What? It's just me, Gwyneth Paltrow.
What?
I'm just hanging. I'm allowed anywhere.
I'm just hanging out on the call all the time. What?
I'm allowed in the highest echelons of Hollywood society. What do you mean I'm not allowed on your two-person podcast?
However, not everyone is sold on the idea. The novelty has sparked heated debates on social media platforms. While proponents argue that as long as hygiene standards are upheld, there's no harm in exploring culinary boundaries, skeptics express concern over potential health risks associated with this unorthodox preparation method. Quote, these rice balls can satisfy the taboo desires of a few people as long as they are hygienic. There is no harm, one person said.
They said it out loud. I was wondering if they're going to explain. I mean, did they say it earlier? Of like, I mean, it is the entire thing is horny. Like,
it is.
I feel, but they are kind of. I feel like they're trying a little bit, but also being like, but also like winking at you. And I like it. Be all about being for perverts or don't be like. I don't know.
You're basically saying pick a lane.
Yeah, pick a lane. Like. Like
I like that this quote is quoted as one person said, meaning they were brave enough to say it, but not brave enough to unmask. Yeah. As discussions unfold online, Japan's culinary landscape continues to offer an array of intriguing and unconventional dishes, from the notorious natto fermented soybean dish renowned for its pungent aroma and sticky texture, to the raindrop cake that defies traditional dessert conventions. Japanese cuisine remains a playground of innovation and surprise.
We love it. I do love you went to Japan, love the cuisine from what you told me. Love their big fluffy pancakes that they got there. They got the onigiri balls.
But I will say that if I went to a local ramen shop and everyone was like, listen, this is the most delicious ramen of your life. And I went in there and the chef was rubbing it all up in his pits. I would have been like, sorry, bud, this is not for me.
Oh, no.
Oh,
it's okay.
geez, man. It's fine,
I disinfected my pits 12 hours ago.
This is the same shit when like Kramer is cooking in the shower and they all find out and they're like, ugh. It's like, it doesn't matter how hygienic you are. Don't do that.
Yeah, sometimes I do like that they phrase it as like, Japan, just the land of imagination.
No.
It's like some corners you don't need to overturn on the like human palate. Because it is explicitly, because like they did. Part of also why I want them to choose a lane, and I feel like they've chosen the horny lane, is they could be a little bit more like artistic of like, yes, it's the shape of the armpit creates like molds, and just a little bit, like you do a little bit, and then it creates like the nice texture or something. Like you could say something, but they immediately were like, and then we get these beautiful women working out, and they start sweating in it.
Right?
And,
if it's just the shape of the armpit, then it shouldn't matter who it is. But no, that's not the lane they picked.
It's also like, and it's also the horniness of they expect like anime lady, but imagine going to your local place and it's like, hey there, honey, I'm gonna make you some rice balls.
That's how you make fast food cheaper. Oh God.
Yeah, it's an affordable price. It's not at 10 times the price; it's at 2 times the price.
The prices I used to be able to charge. You wouldn't believe.
You wouldn't believe. Oh man. Yucky.
You know what I wouldn't believe? Your next segment.
I was choosing between two how-tos, and I think I landed on the perfect one as a segue, because this is about food. This is about hygiene.
Huh?
Theo, this is how to shower with a lemon.
No. Wait.
That's the right reaction. No. Wait.
Because now I have a lot of questions, but I think I should hold them.
Yeah, there's a lot. It immediately starts off with like getting into the details, but you want it to be like, why would I do this?
Exactly.
You want to just start with why would I do this, but they don't.
Is why. And then the second question is, do I need instructions on this? Because at face value, it's just get in the shower with a lemon.
That's it's a little bit involved.
Okay.
So washing with a lemon is a refreshing and effective way to bathe without using soap. Oh, by the way, this is from March 12th, 2023. This is WikiHow.
I was thinking they just like you got lonely in the shower and you wanted your friendly lemon to be there with you, so you brought it. This is as soap.
Cleaning yourself with a lemon.
See, I don't know about this.
Honestly, that's insane. The thing you said is insane.
Yeah.
It's more understandable than what I'm going to be telling you.
Right, because at least if you just bring a lemon in the shower, you're not under the pretense that you're getting clean because of it. It's just a friendly pal in the shower.
You're getting to SpongeBob with his friends, though, with like the chip in the napkin,
tissue.
Napkin. Yeah. What do you think, tissue? I got all of my friends. You draw a little face on it. But it is particularly effective at helping skin recover after swimming in a chlorinated pool. Jury's out on that. I'm gonna say none of this. I Googled this. None of this is really corroborated by science that I've seen. So I just want to come out on top with saying I can't verify
we don't endorse
any of this.
Yeah,
we don't endorse this.
I will also say
so
about the chlorinated pool.
Maybe
you know, like lotion exists.
Yeah, there's taking a regular shower gets rid of the chlorine. Like having soap on your skin, that's not like it doesn't mix with the chlorine.
You're right. How many of these points could be solved by just a regular shower?
Yeah, get some Irish Spring use.
I also don't understand. Okay, never mind. I'll hold it.
Yeah, the acidic juice smooths hair cuticles and acts as a mild chemical exfoliant to refresh skin, to reveal fresh, smooth skin. So step 1, choose your lemon.
Choose your lemon.
Choose your lemon. It's like getting your first Pokemon.
Yeah.
You get your starter Pokemon because they have 3 pictures where they're like check mark, check mark. This one's bad though. A lemon for bathing.
Oh no.
A lemon for bathing, which is an insane thing to say, should be light in color. Green spots are acceptable. Darker spots tend to be mealy inside. Mealy is not good.
Oh.
Number 2, peel your lemon. It is best to have the largest pieces of peel possible. You want the peel. We're doing the whole buffalo here, my friend. We got the peel in this.
Are you rubbing like the flesh of the lemon on yourself?
I can send you a picture that will answer your question.
Because I was imagining you would just rub the rind on yourself. Why would you rub the juice on yourself?
You're gonna get so mad at this WikiHow little image that they have of somebody applying it directly in their hair. It is a half of a lemon that is peels that they are just squeezing
maybe the
into their
grossest
hair.
thing I've ever seen. It looks like an egg yolk that they're spreading around their hair.
So it is acceptable, if not preferable, to leave some white layer on the lemon. Split the peeled lemon into 2 halves. Begin showering. So you want
at least they're not advising bringing both a peeler and a knife into the shower. That's good.
Yeah, because that's a slippery. If you die, imagine your loved ones having to explain why you were peeling a lemon in the shower.
That sounds like you just wanted to murder them.
Immediately they're going to jail. They're going to immediately go to jail. 3, wash your hair. Hold the lemon half with the peel side out. Squeeze gently over your head to release some juice and begin rubbing the peel side of the lemon onto your hair. If you use the other side of the lemon, you will get lemon bits in your hair. Hey, no shit, idiot. Of course you're going to get lemon bits in your hair.
Right.
Make sure to cover the entire length of hair. But
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for that information. I couldn't have figured this out myself yet.
But you were wondering, because you're like, oh, the lemon, you're just going to do the peel, right? No, you fool. That's for the conditioner.
You fool. That's
Number
the
4.
conditioner. No. Yeah. Wait, this is an Axe 3-in-1 body spray, body wash, and shampoo and conditioner. No.
Use the whole bison.
No.
Number 4, condition your hair. Hold a large piece of the peel in both hands. That's a big ass lemon.
You're
can
telling
hold it in
me.
both hands.
Oh, hold on. If there was a hand fruit out there that on one side was shampoo and on the other side was conditioner, I would have heard about it by now. There's no way this can be true.
Once again, not corroborated. I Googled this. I got a Quora article and a loose thing that is more understandable, and it's for like uses for cleaning your windows. Use this for cleaning your countertops instead of like vinegar.
I feel like people
maybe like, but not for your body, man. Not for the bud.
Not for the bud.
but because from the Quora article, because I'm just gonna go to this real quick and then we'll go back. How do I shower with a lemon? The top answer, I guess. Make sure the lemon wants to shower with you first.
Now get out of here.
You could use a lemon in the shower since lemons are good at killing bacteria, but just use a lemon is not showering. Lemons are good for under your arms to cut bad body odor, so maybe this would work with the rice balls. If you get it with the lemon first.
If you have bad body odor, just go buy some deodorant. It's cheaper than a lemon. It's probably not cheaper than a lemon, but
And then a lot of this is complete pseudoscience because also, what are the benefits of adding lemon to bathwater? There are a lot of benefits. First and foremost, adding lemon drops to bathwater helps in skin whitening. What the fuck?
Excuse me?
And it helps delay the aging process. Really? Oh, doctor? The doctor here? You're just a numbskull from the internet? Wow.
DNA replication hates this one trick, and it's lemon juice in your bathwater.
You can clean yourself with a single lemon.
God is looking down. He's like, oh, geez, they figured it out. Oh, man, they're living forever down there now.
It's so much more expensive to get lemons as opposed to just bars of soap. You can get those from Costco. So rub the inside white of the peel onto your hair. Use both hands to treat long hair. Rinse after you thoroughly apply the peel to your hair because it probably has the white strands of the goop on you. 5, wash your face and body. Using the same technique you use to wash your hair, wash your face with peel side of the lemon half. After you wash your face, use the remainder of the both lemon halves to wash your body. And then 6, rinse thoroughly. Make sure any lemon bits are removed. Enjoy smooth feeling skin. And then the community Q&A.
Last step, make sure the wolf disguised as your grandmother that's waiting right outside is not. Make sure there isn't there because he's ready to eat you immediately.
Yeah, and then, you know what, honey, it's also good at conditioner too. Maybe you should put that on you too.
Oh, you're getting in the bath? Let me just preheat the oven real quick.
I'm just cutting some carrots and onions in there. It's good for your skin. I saw it on Goop. But community Q&A is exactly as stupid as you would think. Could using a lemon make your hair grow or maybe have an effect on its growth? No. Lemon isn't good for your hair or your skin for that matter. It's harsh and drying. It can lighten the color of your hair a little if that's something you want, but it will not help with growth. There are many things to add to aid with hair growth. And then they link to another WikiHow article about how to make your hair grow faster, I guess. But I do love that there's one
the only thing I've heard
logic in this being like, no, it's not good for cleaning.
The only thing I've heard about lemon with relation to hair is that you can put it on your hair and then go in the sun and it can help you speed up like sun bleaching on your hair. But I guess that kind of tracks. Maybe,
yeah,
but that also sounds kind of pseudoscience-y, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of. And then can I use a lime instead? this is also
I've been making a lot of mojitos, but I still want to clean myself.
I've been having a lot of rinds for the mojitos. And this is another one where it's like, okay, but we're on an article for how to clean yourself with a lemon. Why is this absurd? They go, no, limes may cause your skin and hair to be too sticky. Yeah, the lemon's gonna do that.
You stupid idiot! How could you suggest that?
Limes are all sugar, and it'll just make sticky strands. I'm like, what are you talking about? A lemon's going to do the same exact thing as a lime. Anyway, this has been how to shower with a lemon. Stupid. Hopefully, your next segment is smarter.
My next segment is I don't know about smarter. Maybe smarter.
Interesting.
It's interesting. This comes to us from the Swiss National Museum website.
Interesting.
Blog.
One note. A museum that Annie and I went to in Copenhagen that has a beautiful dragon spire fucking got Notre Damed. It burnt down.
Oh,
I just want to bring it recently because she showed me and she's like, "Remember this place?" And I was like, "No!" Like, because it was a beautiful museum. Like, so anyway, our hearts go out to them. But anyway, I got reminded of that real quick. But
this article is entitled "When Charlie Chaplin's Corpse Was Kidnapped." Have you heard of this? Did you know this?
I'm sorry.
I heard about this. Someone offhandedly mentioned to me that Charlie Chaplin's corpse was kidnapped, and I was like, hold the phone.
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
This is I don't normally ask for context of the conversation. What the fuck were you talking about? That Charlie Chaplin's kidnapped corpse.
It wiped my whole memory of the conversation from my mind because this was too important. This was too important.
You know what? I get that because I've done that before too. Because I know there is a thing about Lincoln's body. I remember hearing about a plot to steal his body. Who the fuck wants Charlie Chaplin's body? Okay, let's get into it. I gotta know.
The comic actor and filmmaker Charlie Chaplin may have only been 1.65 meters tall, but he was one of the greats. He died on Christmas Day, 1977, at the age of 88, having lived an eventful life. I didn't know he was, yeah.
would you want to die on Christmas Day? Is that good or is that bad? Because technically you have everyone around you. Like, it's nice for you, I think. I think it's bad for everyone else.
As long as I wasn't Christmas murdered.
Whoa! Murder, She Wrote.
All right, going on. Chaplin was laid to rest in the cemetery at Corsier-sur-Vevey, close to the mansion that had been his home for several decades. But this was only the beginning of a bizarre story that could have come straight out of one of Chaplin's many films. Chaplin's eternal rest followed his burial did not last long. On the night of 1 to 2, this is really phrased really. Basically, they're trying to say on the night between the 1st and 2nd of March 1978, two men dressed in black and armed with torches and shovels scurried across the graveyard in Corsier. Both were out-of-work car mechanics. One was 24, the other 38. They dreamed of setting up their own car repair shop, complete with a vehicle lift and a large clientele.
Okay, well,
this is the dream they're grave robbing for, Will. This is the dream.
But here's the thing. They have 2 pins. There's no yarn between those pins. There's no connective tissue of those 2 thoughts of, we're going to grave rob Charlie Chaplin to get this auto repair shop. Why do you think there is a point that they're going around to bars being like, we're getting a team together. We need the best of grave robbers.
Everyone is like, no thanks.
And the one person in the corner is like, what job are you?
You son of a bitch.
And they're like, we're getting Charlie Chaplin's course. And they're like, no. I love slapstick. I'm not going to get his course.
The absolute legend? No.
The goat? No.
It was this dream that led them to seek out the world-famous funny man's grave in the dead of night and get to work with their shovels, digging incessantly until they had uncovered Chaplin's coffin. The 2 men, one from Bulgaria, the other one from Poland, heaved the 135-kilogram oak coffin out of the ground and carried it across the cemetery, where they loaded it into a waiting estate car. They were convinced their scheme was soon going to make them very rich indeed, but what should they do with the heavy oak casket and the famous body inside in the meantime?
Now, I'm not going to disparage the intelligence of people in Eastern Europe by saying this, but I do think that there's an idea of people being famous and being like I've heard stories of people coming to America and expecting it to be paved with gold. That's how much like. So did they think that his bones were gold? Like what? Why did they?
What's the value proposition?
Where's the value? That's then they're just like, we get the body of a famous man,
and then
we get the gold. It's like step 2 is missing. There's no step 2.
I drew this map and I drew an X on the map, and that's where Charlie Chaplin's body is, so it must be treasure. Is that right?
Yeah, that's a map that the people put out. Like, it was in the newspaper.
They said this is where he's going to be buried.
He's going to be buried. There's an obituary that you read. He's like, it's a treasure map. The
body snatchers found a quiet cornfield outside the nearby village of Noville, not far from where the Rhine River enters Lake Geneva. Is it Rhone? I think it's Rhone. They dug a large hole and hid the coffin containing the dead man in it. Then they waited before making their next move. The rumor mill was subsequently went into overdrive as soon as the empty grave was discovered. Was it the work of souvenir hunters? Was Chaplin to be buried in England, as once had been his wish? Others went so far as to speculate that Chaplin had actually been Jewish and should be therefore buried in a Jewish cemetery.
Yeah, but the problem with those is I don't think these guys refilled the hole and like patted it down and everybody was like, oh, they must have officially. I think these guys left like the big piles of dirt around it with a shovel in it. That's what I'm imagining. Like if sandwich wrappers, like some enough. Diet Cokes around, and they're just like, maybe this is an official thing that they do. It's like, I think it was probably way messier than like, get his body around. Yeah, like they threw his casket out like they don't care. Like that's the alternative that they're supposing.
But then the kidnappers broke their silence and attempted to extort $600,000 from Chaplin's family for the coffin's return. Meantime, word had gotten around that the great man's grave in Corsier had been desecrated. Suddenly, the grave robbers were not the only ones demanding money. Chaplin's widow and children also received ransom demands from free riders eager to get in on the act. So there were people out there that were like, all right, we can make some money off of this too.
Gotta get a hustle. There's people hustling out here. That's always the most insane thing to me, because this happens in a lot of like true crime stuff.
Yeah.
Because like in the Yorkshire Ripper case, there was a guy who put out like a fake recording and it threw the police off completely. But he went out of his way to insert himself into the investigation.
Just like,
to the
why?
point that he got jail time. Like, because it's like, hey, fucko, like you can't just do that. But these people are also being like,
hey, I didn't crime.
Shut up. Hey, shut up. Yeah, I have his body, and it's doing some slapstick. He's pretending that he's getting his eyes poked.
I'm doing a whole weekend with Bernie right now with him.
Yeah. Who are these people coming out of the woodwork being like, if you don't give me the money, then we're going to give you this pinky? I don't know. Like,
this forced the actual kidnappers to prove that Chaplin's coffin was in their position. Yeah. Which they did by taking a photo showing the casket next to the hole in a cornfield.
So is this later, or are they saying that they took a picture as they were grave robbing?
No, they absolutely, they must have absolutely gone back and dug it up and taken the photo. Like 100%,
That's
right?
Insane in itself, that they had the gall to go back to a very probably like investigated, looked at, surveiled.
Also, it was in the days when you had to take your photos to go get developed by somebody. Yeah. So they were like, what is this? What's going on here?
Some Walgreens employees just
like, what the fuck?
Is that the corpse of Charlie Chaplin?
By the corpse of Charlie Chaplin. Could it be?
Could it be? You know what? The sex photos are, I like those better. Those are nicer.
In doing so, they gave the local police, who were looking flat out on the case, their first clue. Chaplin's widow, Una, pretended to go along with the ransom demand, and the family's lawyer exchanged a number of telephone calls with the kidnappers, supposedly to try and negotiate a somewhat lower ransom. But the police had tapped the Chaplin's phone and were able to trace where the calls were coming from. The grave robbers used a different telephone box in the Lucerne area each time, causing the investigators to keep tabs on some 200 telephone boxes. On the 16th of May, exactly 76 days after the body was stolen, the police were finally able to close in and arrest the two men. Somewhat stupidly, the kidnappers couldn't remember the exact spot out in the field outside of Novelle where they had hidden the coffin. The police were forced to resort to metal detectors and found Chaplin's remains thanks to the metal handles on the casket.
Oh my God. Okay, so I was going to joke about these cops maybe not doing their jobs that well, but honestly, they did an okay job. But I don't think they were like weird. They're Swiss. I wasn't expecting Hercule Poirot on this case, honestly. I was expecting kind of some Swiss
I don't know, there's nothing we could do about it.
You know what, we'll get the corpse someplace. Or it's French, because they mentioned Geneva and also the Rhine. So like, I guess that's France/Switzerland? I don't know.
Charlie Chaplin's body then received its second proper burial, although this time the coffin was encased in 2 meters of concrete, and a slab of concrete was placed over the grave to secure it. As Chaplin himself may have well appreciated, this macabre episode was immortalized on celluloid. French director Xavier Beauvoir retold this story in his 2014 release, The Prince of Fame. So apparently there's a movie that came out of this.
Interesting. That even after his death, he's still making movies.
And in the film, Chaplin's daughter feels some sympathy with the kidnappers, showing them both leniency and generosity. In real life, the two grave robbers did not get away so lightly. They appeared in court, charged with desecration and extortion, and were duly sentenced. The ringleader was sent to prison for 4.5 years, while his accomplice received 18 months suspended sentence.
Well, you know what? Justice was served there, I suppose. But why did they think? What a weird crime. Maybe it's
like both. I love crimes that are both elaborate and stupid, and this definitely falls into that bucket.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's
like you thought about some of it, but you sure didn't think about all of it.
I've thought about this. I feel like certain stupid people, they get to a certain point of thought, and then they just don't go far.
They don't think any farther.
They hit a point, because I think the thought process might have been, how do we get money kidnapping is a way to get money, but kidnapping a live person is it's complex.
It's a lot. It's a lot of effort.
You gotta like blindfold them. You gotta like move them places. Like it's so much work.
I want to do a kidnapping where I want to show up drunk to my kidnapping. All right. I want to be able to do that. All right.
if we could listen to AC/DC while we shuffle his corpse out, that'd be pretty great.
That'd be pretty great.
That's kind of the level because also like I know criminals aren't always the smartest, but at least the ones that we catch aren't very smart. But these guys were especially stupid.
They forgot where they put it. Just put a stake. Put a stake in the ground or some shit. Like just do something.
They're not gonna like stop hunting you. That like once you give it back, like they're still gonna try to punish you. Kind of. So like you'll get it. Like and also you're too stupid. Anyway, that's too stupid to. And now I mean they went to jail. They're probably out at this point. They did.
But anyways, I hope your next segment doesn't make me think this is too stupid.
Oh, no, Theo, don't say that because we're about to get into some Amazon erotica.
I always think this is too stupid.
It's so stupid. This one especially is stupid, but this is because we got some big burly men.
They need this ass reduction surgery.
Oh, they got too much cake, but it's all hard muscle from working on and hard professions. It's they're gonna be pounding something. Okay, that's enough innuendo before we get into the actual thing. So this is a big burly romance. That's the name of the series.
Okay.
And it features the classic that we've had in this segment. Which for people who don't know, this is when I go into Amazon, find the bestsellers for erotica, read off the descriptions because they're always a little bit nuts. They're different. They're the classic thing that we've seen multiple times of woman's perspective, like paragraph from woman's perspective, paragraph from man's perspective, that they fall in love, like that the romantic pair. This is based off of different manly professions. Each book is a different manly profession. Okay. I am skipping one of the books because I read the description. It was the most boring one. So I was like,
what was the profession? What was the most boring one?
Oh, the most boring one was it?
It was an accountant. Oh, geez. Sorry.
Oh, man. Oh, no. Weirdly enough, it was the Christmas one. Big Mary Minor.
Big Mary Minor? He's a miner? Like a miner. He works in the mines?
He works in the mines. And he's a Christmas miner, I guess.
Listen, I'm just looking for a gal that I can cough up black soot all over, all right?
That would be more just like the actual... It was like, yeah, I'm a man, I'm looking for a woman. I'm a woman, I'm looking for a man. It was very stupid. But
I want a gal that I could go down in the mines and get trapped for 3 months and she'll still be there for me. Why am I a pirate?
My little canary. You'll act as my canary too, and you'll die first if you smell me gas. But this first one is the Big Burly Foreman. And this is by Cassi Hart, which is absolutely a fake name. I feel if it isn't, then Cassi Hart, your parents us again. Were prophetic.
Wait, foreman? Isn't a foreman just like a guy who oversees construction?
Yeah, but this is honestly a better name for this would be a Big Burly Cowboy.
Oh.
So this is first from Ashley. For the past 2 years, I've been drawn into the mysterious older cowboy working my father's ranch. Something about his strong body and stoic facade draws me in.
It's like older cowboy. He's like 85 years old, and he's like, hey, get back over here, you dang cows.
I'm ruined by days and days of physical work. It's a hard work. Apparently, cowboy is like one of the toughest and like...
I believe it.
Toughest professions out there. So if he can get it, it's good for him. I've done everything I can think of to get his attention with no luck. I want him. But he doesn't see me. That is, until my father sets me up with the son of his new friend. Suddenly, my cowboy has decided to claim me. And this is constantly... What's up with claiming?
Get over here so I can brand you.
Wait, you didn't hold still. It's kind of weird. I'll do it again. Yeah, okay. And he'll stop at nothing until everyone knows I'm his. And then let's go to Logan for his perspective. I never intended to become a cowboy, but after my military career was unexpectedly cut short,
because of my dishonorable discharge.
I kept on going, as they said in the papers, all Yosemite Sam on people's asses, and I kept on shooting at their feet. I enjoy working with my hands and body every day. I enjoy knowing the boss's daughter is watching me even more. Ashley may be her rich daddy's princess, but after 2 years of keeping my distance, I'm ready to make her my queen.
My queen.
My queen. That kid her father wants her to marry doesn't stand a chance at coming between me and what's mine. And I'm going to kill him. Let me get my revolver out of my holster. So that was book one. This is the one I found initially that drew me into the series. Book two, Big Forbidden Blacksmith.
Big Forbidden Blacksmith.
Forbidden.
Don't go there.
This is, first perspective is Laura. I've lost my creative edge somehow, and it's been a struggle to get it back. You know what? We've all been there, Laura.
Been there. Understandable.
To help myself reconnect with my artistic side, I make a spur-of-the-moment trip out to the country to see my best friend. My hope was that getting out of the city would be the change of scenery I needed.
Hey, it's me, your best friend, Yosemite Sam.
You look like you need... You look like you need some moving on. So I'm just shooting your feet.
Get to dancing.
Get out of here. But I wanted to get out of it for a change of scenery I needed, but instead, I'm hopelessly lost. Classic millennial fucking city folk. Thank goodness a kind stranger happened to drive down the road and come to my rescue. Knox is big and a little rough around the edges, but his touch is gentle and soothing.
And his horse-drawn cart full of all his iron and steel that he's peddling.
You want to go into town? Well, we got a peddler. We have a baker. We have a big castle in the distance that I think has a beast. And also a bunch of living teapots and things like that. And maybe a clock.
Oh, and also don't go outside on the 13th at night. The big beast comes out. We can't deal with it.
And there goes the baker with his tray, as always. So, it's possible I like him too much. I think I'm catching feelings for this handsome loner, and they feel far too good to be true. Is it possible he feels the same way? And then Knox,
I spent the past few years making a new life for myself out in the countryside. After my father died, someone needed to look after his property and his workshop. Turns out that I was well suited to take over for him because I'm 10 billion pounds. I can't imagine doing anything else with my life.
In order to stoke the bellows, you need to be extremely thick to just sit on it and give the fire that air it needs. And my peepaw is a real thick boy, and I'm a thick boy because of that too.
He actually, with his last breath, he said, "Look in my drawer." And I pulled out... We're in an advertisement for pills now. This product may grow your ass double thick, is what my father said to me.
Meanwhile,
and I said,
it's
of course I was like a double thick.
The camera has shifted from being black and white, and he's all sad to in color, and he's like blacksmithing and loving his life.
Has this happened to you?
Has
your father died and given you a last message to grow your ass dummy thick? You need this new pill.
Before blacksmith and all, I just couldn't imagine my life being any better. And now, look at my thick ass and how I can work those bellows.
Warning, do not fart near your bellows, or else it'll explode your workshop. Other effects may be shrinking your ass 12 times so have negative ass. And also turbo farts. But now...
Side effects may include Freaky Friday, but you only swap asses with somebody else.
You swap your dead dad so you die, and he's back to life now.
Oh no.
Now he's wooing your... He's like, part 2 for this life. It's like, ran over again.
Thanks for taking my magic bean pills, son.
I'm dummy thick now. Oh, okay. That is until I come across Laura. This little slip of a girl has turned my life upside down. I'd resolved myself to a life of solitude, just me and my cat and my blacksmithing. This is absolutely written by... I'm also a crazy cat man, I gotta say. And also I love home brewing my own coffee. But I didn't think I need anyone else, anything or anyone else. Turns out I needed Laura. And I'm hard-pressed to let her go now that she's in my world. Will I be able to convince her to give me a chance?
Me, just a small business owner with a cat?
I can't be. It would be even more perfect if he was like a baker. There goes the baker with the tray, as always. This is book 3, Big Brutal Roughneck.
That's not a job.
This is on an oil rig, I think. Briar, which is a woman's name, but that's a very androgynous name.
That's
Briar?
the name of an ice cream.
You're an idiot. You've been brainwashed by corporate America. Briar, I've always been a bit of a misfit. Never really fit in anyone.
Well, you gotta stop the podcast.
What?
Briar? I barely know it.
I'm gonna fucking end this podcast. I'm gonna close out Audacity. I'm gonna uninstall Audacity, actually. We're never gonna talk ever again. No. I've been got. But Briar is a misfit. I don't party with others my age or go on dates like all those normies. All I really want to do is study and finish my degree so I can start my career as a chemical engineer.
Wait, when do we get to the oil rig?
The oil industry has always fascinated me. So when my so-called friends invite me out for a day of boating with the promise of an up-close view of an working oil rig, terrible day, by the way.
Excuse me,
if a friend brought me to an oil rig, I'd be like, no.
Was this written by like somebody who is horny and into Ronald Reagan? What are we doing here?
Cassi Hart is, honestly, her face could be AI generated. I can't really, the thumbnail does look like a younger woman, but I don't know.
After the BP oil spill, I was just so wet and wild, I couldn't get satiated.
They dropped me off at the oil rig, and then the water got set on fire.
Fire?
They all burned to death,
What?
so it's bad. But I jump at the chance to see the oil rig despite my reservations. Turns out I should have trusted my gut and stayed on dry land. But if I'd done that, I wouldn't have been rescued by that handsome roughneck with a dangerous past. And now we go to Marshall, who is on the cover, shirtless and grinding a like angle grinder on metal, so sparks are literally like shooting at his biceps.
Okay, got
Probably
it.
hurts. Getting sent out to deal with a bunch of drunken college kids joyriding on their daddy's boat is the last thing I want to do after a long shift on the rig. But with the storm approaching, someone has to scare some sense into these kids, and I'm the best man for the job.
With the storm of a century brewing.
In my pants. Boy, I shouldn't have had that coffee. But when I reach the boat and lock eyes with the beautiful blonde, everything I thought I wanted is flipped on its head. Before I know it, I'm whisking her away to the rig with me. Like he just has her on her shoulder. The storm that rages on the ocean is nothing compared to what I feel for this angel. But what do I offer a woman like Briar? Do you like Cheez-Its? I don't know.
Do you like crude? Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, fuck. I only got oil. And do you like Call of Duty? Got that too. Even so, when the Coast Guard arrives the next morning with allegations of kidnapping, saying goodbye is the last thing I want to do. One night is all it takes for me to decide Briar is mine.
That's what I say
Jesus
about the
Christ.
Briar that's in my freezer right now. All right, just one night's all taken to decide it's mine.
We are getting to the end of the podcast, so I will. I'm gonna just say the title of book 4 is Big Grumpy Fireman. That's all I was
That's not. He just watched. I'm one day from retirement. Damn it.
I'm just big and grumpy. Man, what did you light this fire yourself, idiot?
You kids should have never brought fireworks inside. I was one day from retirement. Damn it.
And last, book 6 is Big Hefty Trucker. Sorry. Big Hefty Trucker, which is so weird. Cat, for my entire life, I've been expected to take over the family business. That might seem like no big deal, but it's a lot to handle when the business is a huge chain of gas station convenience stores. Oh. You can see how she would maybe get romanced by a trucker. Unfortunately for me, I don't have a choice. Even though I don't have a head for business, my parents always insist that it's my duty to take over as CEO once my father retires. That's bad. Your stock price is going to fucking plummet. When your daughter, who's just like, I don't want the job. She's like on CNN, like, I don't want the job. I didn't go to business school. She's going to take over all of 7-Eleven.
Oh, no.
To feel more independent, I started secretly working at one of my convenience stores. The extra cash has been nice, and the evening shifts have given me time for my real passion, writing romance novels. Self-insert. Everything was fine until one night I found myself staring down the barrel of a gun. Will the handsome stranger that stepped in and saved me be able to help me in other ways too? Huh? Sex ways too? Maybe. And then Finn. Wait, what's so funny? Trucking isn't what I wanted to do, but it's what life handed when I needed something to clear my RAM.
I came to America to start my pretzel cart.
I want to work at convenience store. Oh boy, the money's good, even if it means I spend a little time away from home. After she starts on a new medication, one not covered by my insurance, I start to pick up extra roots from the company I work for to help pay for them. I'd rather be at home, making sure she doesn't feel alone with her mental illness. But we don't know it's better to have the medicine than me at home. One night, I stop at the gas station I've never been to. Most gas stations are ones I've never been to, honestly.
Crazy. I went to this one I never been to.
And I walked in and I said, why do I even order here? You don't even know my normal. Anyway, I'm tired. Some caffeine would do me some good. What I didn't expect to find was a damsel in distress being held at gunpoint. Stepping in was a no-brainer. I'm going to say you have to have no brain if you immediately were like,
was no-brainer.
I'm going to step in front of shotgun. But the feelings I'm beginning to catch, this little woman is going to be trouble. I just know it. But that was the Big Burly Romance Series by Cassi Hart. Check them out if you want to read a romance novel. I don't know, man.
Sure, man. Whatever you want.
They seem to be around like 4.5 was 4.4. Okay, reviews. But anyway, hopefully you think the same thing about us. You want to give us a good review because we've gotten to the end of the podcast. Hope you enjoyed it, everybody. Remember, if you have any segments to send to us, send it to segmentcitypodcast@gmail.com. Hit up our YouTube, Segment City. And we got a big thank you to give somebody in particular.
Thank you to Rachel Robinson. She does our intro music, and she has other music you can find around the globe. And some say...
I've got my ear to the ground. I'm ready to hear.
Some people say she's...
Don't say... If you say anything connected to the W
I'm scrambling.
Joke.
I'm scrambling, Will. Some say that she's like... Her life is in vivid color after having come out from black and white from the cold winter.
That is the perfect transition into our last segment. I was poisoned.com because the thing that poisoned them was Lucky Charms, which itself is very colorful and rainbow. But this was in St. James Parish, Jamaica. Do I do a Jamaican accent? I've been
Don't do it.
Don't do it? Okay.
Don't abandon.
This is... My son has been passing bright green poop and vomiting.
Look at the Irish. Oh, jeez. Me Lucky Charms.
I'm sorry, but your kid has been infected with the Nickelodeon virus. He is spewing slime from both ends.
I'm sorry. He did a Freaky Friday with Slimer. Okay, you need to just accept that now.
Slimer's dead. Your son is a ghost now. Amph complaining of chest pain.
Amph?
I bought him... Yeah, instead of Anne. And I bought him Lucky Charms cereal 2 days ago. I gave it to him yesterday and this morning. Now he's suddenly mysteriously ill.
Whoa, mystery.
This is the part that made me. I mean, the green poop was also funny, but this is what made me laugh. This is very unlike him.
My son does not usually just Nickelodeon slime all over the toilet all day. No.
Yeah. This is, you know what? I think, honey, has Charles changed? He's been looking a little bit green.
Martha, something's off about our boy. Have you noticed?
He's been very unlike himself
recently. The son's head is just spinning around, puking green.
Has somebody been bullying you, boy? You've been bullied. Because this was a one-time thing, I always tell him no when he asks for that cereal, and the one time I buy it, this happens. This is crazy.
This is crazy.
I love the little parent complaint of like, the one time I give in, and he's fucking vomiting. Of course. Anyway, and of course I had the picture of the box. You gotta have the picture of the box in case we don't know what Lucky Charms look like. Yeah. But also, I'm going to end this episode by saying, hey, I was poisoned. I'm enjoying the new features because they have fucking hashtags and they say popular topics.
Nice. I was featured. Really coming up.
Yeah. And for one reason or another, Taco Bell is like number 3.
That's key.
Because grocery store is number 1, meal kits is number 2, both general things, and then very specific Taco Bell, which, you know what, fits. But anyway, thanks everybody. Hope you don't also poop green poop out of your W thick ass.
Stop.